What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and Johnny Depp is furious, and with good reason. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And by the way, I hope today will be the day I earn your subscription. There's a little red button down below that says subscribe. If you enjoyed the video or any of my videos, please consider doing so today. Now, I've been covering everything going on with Johnny Depp and the UK paper The Sun and all of the things that have come out in both in favor and not so much in favor of Johnny Depp. And I covered a few days ago an article in the Hollywood Reporter which basically said, hey, Johnny, you should probably drop this case because all sorts of bad things are going to come out about you. At the time, I was like, wow, they're just trying to basically entice him or force him to drop the case. But now more and more stuff keeps coming out, and I'm like, oh, maybe. But at the end of the day, I don't think Johnny had any choice here, especially now with what we see coming out, which we're going to discuss, but also his comments on Disney. So Johnny Depp's furious rant at Disney bosses over Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny Depp launched into a tirade over the storylines planned for his character, Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, unearthed accounts reveal. Johnny Depp had been the star of many beloved Hollywood hits before, including Edward Scissorhands, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Harry Potter spin-off Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. Currently, the 57-year-old actor is giving his final day of evidence over in London, but interestingly enough, Johnny revealed that mannerisms for the notorious nomadic character he played in Pirates of the Caribbean were based on Rolling Stones legend Keith Richards. I think that's a friend of his too. Quote, he borrowed the persona of his idol over the film franchise, developed a great affinity for Captain Jack Sparrow, according to a 2018 Rolling Stone article. His protectiveness over the character led him to battle Disney screenwriters on a number of occasions about their plans with the plucky pirate. The star moaned, why must you have these heinous subplots? It's convoluted. There isn't a soul that wants to see Captain Jack Sparrow sad. Yeah, that's probably reasonable. It's probably reasonable. The Hollywood star played the role in the film for the fifth time in 2017 in Pirates of the Caribbean, Salazar's Revenge, known as Dead Man Tell No Tales in the United States. Johnny revealed further clashes to GQ in 2018 when he became uncomfortable about the creative decisions made for him and alleged Disney hated me. He continued, they were thinking of every way they could get rid of me, to fire me. Oh, we're going to have to subtitle him. We can't understand Jack Sparrow. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with his arms? Is he mental? Is he gay? I told him, look, you don't like what I'm doing here, fire me. You hired me to do a job and play the character, and it is what I want to do. This is the work. I mean, hadn't seen any of the work I'd done previously. You might want to take a look at that. Therefore, you hired an MFer, you know, before you hire. Despite the problems behind the scenes, Johnny professed to love playing the role, which Rolling Stone claimed enhanced his self-belief of being a funny man. On one such instance, he felt highlighted that he was the rude choice of words that he decided to mumble when his character washed ashore. In one of the earlier films, he confessed to uttering Dirty Sanchez. The Pirates of the Caribbean team are now gearing up to release their sixth installment, but bosses are faced with a dilemma. The next film, which does not have a full title, is due to be set elsewhere in the Pirates universe and will star Australian actress Margot Robbie. Now, Margot Robbie, I wish her entirely the best. This is not necessarily a Pirates of the Caribbean film. It is a spin-off, and spin-offs are totally fine. I think that if you're going to have the character, have the universe, if you're going to expand the universe like you do with Star Wars, a one-off new universe type film, I think, is always a good idea. However, I'm not getting interested in anything they put out with the Pirates of the Caribbean name on it until I am told that either Johnny Depp has turned down the role to return as Jack Sparrow, or he has been rehired for it. Now, I'm certain that Disney is waiting for the end of everything going on over in London right now, some of which we're going to take a look at, because apparently Amber Heard threw a haymaker after Depp lost $750 million. $750 million! Imagine losing that much money. I can't even think about $1 million. Most of us, including myself, will never see what it's like to have $1 million in their bank account. Imagine having not just 750, but losing it. So, Johnny Depp on Monday claimed that then wife Amber Heard threw a haymaker the very same night of the infamous who left the item in the bed incident. Since the Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and 3, I had this ludicrous, and this is ludicrous to state, it's quite embarrassing. Apparently, I had made $650 million in the 57-year-old star admitted in London's High Court. But on his wife's 30th birthday in April 2016, he had a, quote, bad meeting concerning his former business manager, who he told the court had stolen my money. $650 million? $650 million doll hairs. I mean, dollars. I would be mad if somebody took 650 doll hairs. Not that I collect that. That's weird. But if you do, that's okay. You do you. I had not only lost 650 million, but I was 100 million in the hole because they had not paid the government my taxes for 17 years. How does this keep happening? Remember when this happened to Dane Cook a bunch of years ago? His former brother-in-law or something like that made off with $40 million of his money or something like that. Imagine having so much money. You're like, hey, if I lose a 20, it ruins my week. You're Depp. You're like, geez, I wonder what's up with that. I don't know. What's up with that 650 million I had over there? I probably should check on it. He agreed that he may have enjoyed recreational items between leaving the very unpleasant and ugly meeting and attending his wife's party that night. It was a calming agent for me, Depp said. His lawyer, David Sherborne, pointed out that a nurse at the party, Aaron Boyram, notes calling Depp coherent, sociable, and affectionate, while Heard apparently irritable and upset, and angry with her husband because he's late. The actor was previously, we'll talk about that. On Monday, he insisted that she was the one doing stuff, pointing to a secret recording she made 3 months later, capturing him telling her, "You haymakered me, man." What is that? The American Dad episode. "You T-boned me, bro." "You came around to the bed and started punching me," he said on tape. Asked to elaborate what a haymaker was, he explained it's just a type of wild swing, kind of a roundhouse punch, as it were. It's a bit of a wild swing, but effective if it reaches the target. The court was then told Heard was furious that her husband had gone to bed to read on her birthday. Under the circumstances of being harangued and forced into some argument or an altercation, I didn't think it was the wrong thing to do, Depp insisted. I thought it was best to remove myself from the argument because it seemed ridiculous to me. This sounds like the actions of a man that, is used to avoiding confrontation, maybe. The actor was then asked if it was something he did only during arguments, to which he said, "No, sir, quite a lot." It was the same night Depp had previously claimed Heard herself or one of her cohorts left him a gift. Depp stepped off the witness stand Monday in his suit against the Sun newspaper over an April 2018 article. He was initially only expected to be on the stand till last Thursday, but his often startling testimony dragged out over 5 days. As he finally left the witness box Monday, he smiled and said to one of the court ushers, "I'm going to miss you." He's also suing Heard for $50 million in the U.S. for allegedly defaming him in a Washington Post article. Well, yeah. I mean, I think so. I mean, I absolutely think, here's the thing. A lot of going back to the original Hollywood Reporter article. Yeah, some kind of crummy things came out about Depp. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think you can look at this objectively and think it was one direction. It was clearly both characters being bad. I don't think we can the Sun newspaper can prove that they knew anything going into this, that any of this actually matches their sources. And I don't think, I read another article that was on The Guardian, I think, where they said that, oh, Johnny Depp comes off looking terrible in all this. I don't think he does. I don't think, I mean, maybe. I'm hoping you let me know in the comment section down below right after you've left a like on this video. I don't know that I look at him any differently after this. It looks like he was in a bad relationship that he got out of. I look worse. I look down on him for losing $650 million probably. But my opinion of him really hasn't changed, and the facts of this case really haven't changed. So I'm hoping he gets some justice in this situation. And certainly I would argue that much of what's come out in this probably helps him in his case against Amber Heard, who had painted herself as, the one on the receiving end of everything, when in fact she was dishing it out probably more often than even Johnny. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.